It was a deeply affecting moment, instantly recognised, and one that is bound to last in the folklore of the game. It has meant a lot already, broadly speaking, but I'm sure even more so to those who have walked in the shoes of Jamarra Ugle-Hagan, Indigenous players of previous generations, and what they recognise in a 20-year-old on a triumphant night on Thursday. We are inside the four walls here. Eddie Betts is with us. Eddie, hello.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me. A little beat just went off.
Here he is trying to turn his watch off and then bang, his phone goes off.
The minute. Well done, Jordan Lewis. Hello.
Hey, boys. Hey, Jay. Good to see you on board.
Good to see you, mate.
What did you see in that moment with Jamarra, Eddie?
No, that was a special moment. You know, just to know that the week that Jamarra has had, you know, facing that racial abuse over the fence and then on social media as well, and you know, to go out and to play like he did, to kick 5 goals on the big stage, and you know, to kick the first goal of the game and the last goal of the game was amazing. And you know, it would have been a tough week because when you are racially vilified, it is isolating, and you feel alone, and your teammates really, I guess they don't know how to act, but you know, hearing stories, and I'm close with Amit Bains down at the Western Bulldogs, the Bulldogs CEO, and he said that the Western Bulldogs have wrapped their arms around him and his family, and Artie Jones and Liam down there as well. So it was great to see him come out and play like that, and to make a stance like that as well.
Do you see real maturity in the way that he is as a person now, Jamarra? Like, I thought he was extremely mature in the way that he handled extremely tough situation and weak, but then as a person and the way he's playing his football, the maturity that you're starting to see in this young man?
It is, and the way that Jamarra, and I've been through it, the way that Jamarra can hurt it is just to play great footy. Go out, play great footy, and you hurt him that way. And, you know, he's matured so much from, you know, when he was drafted as a #1 draft pick, because it comes with a lot of pressure. You know, the first Aboriginal #1 draft pick since Des Headland a long time ago. So to see him come out and play like that, and to kick the first goal after the week, and just to lift his T-shirt up to say, oh, you know, I'm here, I'm proud, I'm deadly, I'm black, and I'm here. You know, it's just 30 years ago, Nicky Winmar, 30 years ago to next week, you know, Nicky Winmar's anniversary, where he lifted up his jumper, pointed to his skin, and all the abuse that he copped at Victoria Park. And it was a lot worse back then when Nicky did it. And, you know, the power of racism is that when, you know, Nicky speaks about his stance that he did 30 years ago, that every time he sees that picture, it takes him back to that exact moment when those words were getting thrown to him. Not the stance that he did. Yes, he loved the stance and he took a stand, but to see that picture, it takes him back to that moment and hear those words being said to him every week, and that's the power of racism. So I hope, you know, in 30 years' time, Jamarra will look back on this stance, and hopefully he could think about the positives that came out of this, not the negatives, and to say that he made a stance. He's here, he's strong, he's proud, he's black, and he's deadly. So it was an awesome stance.
And Artie Jones caught your eye.
Yeah, he did. You know, to play his first game, he's so energetic, and you watch him do it.
It was good.
And you know, he would have debuted round 1, but he had an injury. But to see him come in. And watch this little bit of play here. Hardy knows, and he feels what Murray's been through that week, and just him on the bench just coming off, and he wants to get to his big brother, and he's running and sprinting because he knows how big of a week it was for Murray, and he feels it. He knows exactly what happened, and just to get to him and just to get in there and get a cuddle to say, I'm here, I love you, bro. It's awesome to see. And he's going to be great for the Western Bulldogs. He's going to be awesome, but I think, you know, for Mara to make a stand like that, and the weight shouldn't be on his shoulders. It should never be on his shoulders. It should be on everyone else's shoulders to continue to have those conversations, to continue to be, I guess, brave in a sense. And if I could say something to anyone, it's just to be brave. You know, keep talking about Aboriginal culture, Aboriginal histories. Call out racism. If you hear that at the stands, call it out, and that's being brave. And when you are brave, that's when we start to see those little changes. And we are moving forward. We are gradually moving forward. And I guess we, as journos, got to be better too, because I listened to his press conference, and Mara wanted to face the media afterwards, and that's, you know, what a great young man he is. And one of the comments was, you know, what would you like to see come from this? And me listening to that, it was I felt like it was kind of a stupid question, because what do you want to see come from it? Like, what we want to keep playing footy and being racially abused. We want change, you know. This has been happening for 30 years since Nicky Wimmer lifted up his T-shirt and he took a stance. Michael Long took a stance. Adam Goodes took a stance, and we are continuing to make that stance. And Mara, you know, he lifted up his T-shirt and he made that stance. So hopefully we can continue to be better and do better.
Absolutely.
Terrific, Eddie.